Hey friends, welcome back to the Ariza Inspire Podcast, your go-to space for all things mental health, self-awareness, and real talk about the messy business of being human. I'm your host, Samantha, a licensed professional counselor, and no, this isn't therapy, but today we're going to get into a topic that isn't talked about nearly enough, and one of the biggest reasons for my starting this podcast. I saw people preparing others for therapy, but no clear guidance on this one very, very, very important topic. What if therapy isn't working? Or even more awkward, what if you need a new therapist? I have literally talked to a few clients who were starting therapy with me while still talking to another therapist because they just didn't know how to end it. So yes, we're going there today. Let's talk about how to know when something's off in therapy, how to recognize the signs, what are legit red flags, and how to handle it if your current therapy just isn't it. Because listen, therapy is an amazing tool, one I totally believe in, but it's also a relationship. And just like any relationship, sometimes it's just not the right fit, and we are not going to enter any more toxic ones if we can help it, right? So first of all, therapy isn't supposed to feel perfect. And let's start with some real talk. Therapy is not supposed to feel like a spa day. It's not always comfortable. In fact, sometimes it feels kind of like emotional sandpaper. You might leave a session feeling vulnerable, tired, even a little annoyed, if we'll be real about this. That doesn't automatically mean therapy isn't working. Sometimes that's just growth in progress. But there's a difference between discomfort that helps you grow and discomfort that means something's not right. So let's break that down. Here are some of the signs therapy isn't working for you, at least not in its current form. Number 1, you feel stuck. And not in a processing something big kind of way. You keep showing up, but the session feels like the same conversation over and over and over again. No progress, no insight, no movement. You leave feeling like, why am I even doing this? Number 2, you don't feel understood. You explain something vulnerable and your therapist kind of misses it. Or changes the subject. Or even worse, gives you feedback that feels totally off. If you're consistently walking away thinking, they don't get me, that's worth paying attention to. Number 3, you don't feel safe being fully honest. And this is a big one, because if you feel judged, dismissed, or like you have to edit yourself in sessions, therapy won't be effective. You need to feel safe to be real. Number 4, you're not sure what the point is. Maybe your therapist listens, but they don't offer tools or insights or direction. It feels like it's giving venting, but not necessarily healing. If you leave wondering what the plan is, and they haven't clarified it, that's a problem. Number 5, you've tried to bring up your concerns, but nothing changes. Therapy should be a space where you can say, hey, I'm not sure this is working, and your therapist should welcome that feedback. If they get defensive or ignore it, that's not a great sign. Okay, so we've gone over some of those, but let's talk about actual red flags. These go beyond the not a great fit and into this might be harmful territory. Number 1, they talk about themselves a lot, and it's not necessarily relevant to the conversation. Some self-disclosure can be super helpful, but if your therapist is constantly talking about their own life, their problems, or their opinions, that's a boundary issue. When your sessions become more about them than you, red flag. Number 2, they give advice instead of helping you explore your own answers and push their beliefs. Therapy isn't about someone telling you what to do. Even though sometimes we really would like them to, it's not the therapist's job to give you that advice. It's about helping you discover what's right for you. If they start pushing their own agenda, like religious or political beliefs that don't align with yours, and it starts to feel very intrusive, that's something to pay attention to. If it starts to feel like you're being lectured or coached without your consent, let's get that red flag waving because that's what it is. Number 3, they invalidate or minimize your experiences. If you share something painful and your therapist brushes it off, compares it to others, or acts like you're overreacting, that's not okay. You talk about something deeply emotional and they say something like, "That doesn't sound like a big deal." Oh man, a good therapist would not do that. A good therapist validates your reality. Number 4, they ignore or cross boundaries. This could be things like texting you at inappropriate times, oversharing about their personal life, making you feel uncomfortable, or even flirting. Maybe they even ask you to meet outside of sessions. Absolutely not okay. Don't let them convince you otherwise. Number 5, they're consistently late, distracted, or unprofessional. Therapy is a service. They might miss appointments, bill improperly, or behave in a way that makes you feel unsafe. You deserve someone who shows up on time, is fully present, and treats the time with care and respect. But sometimes there's no red flag. There's no big issue. It just doesn't feel right. Maybe your therapist is kind, professional, and trained, but the energy is off. You don't feel seen, or you feel like you're doing all the talking and not getting much in return. That's not necessarily failure. That just could be a mismatch. Just like dating, not every therapist will be the right fit, and you deserve one who feels right for you. Ask yourself, do I feel safe? Do I feel challenged in a supportive way? Do I trust this person with my hard stuff? Or let's say you just don't click, you don't feel heard, or you leave sessions more confused than help. You feel the vibe is off, you dread your appointments, or maybe you've outgrown this dynamic. You're ready for something deeper, more structured, more affirming. If the answers to those questions is consistently no, or you see yourself agreeing more with these statements, even after a few sessions, it might be time to look elsewhere. So, okay, let's say you've been listening and thinking, Samantha, I think I might need to find someone else. Here's what you can do. Number 1, I want you to reflect before you react. Ask yourself, have I given it enough time? Have I communicated what I needed? Am I expecting perfection or just looking for a genuine connection? Sometimes we ghost our therapist because we don't know how to say, this isn't working. But trust me, you can. Number 2, bring it up in session. This is so valuable. Even if you plan to leave, you can always say, hey, I've been feeling kind of stuck lately, and I'm not sure if this is helping. I'm wondering if this is the right fit. Or even, can we talk about the direction therapy is going in? I'm not sure if it's working for me. A good therapist will welcome this and have a conversation. And if they don't, that just kind of confirms you were right to question it. Number 3, give yourself permission to leave. You are not being difficult. You are not quitting. You are advocating for your mental health. You don't owe anyone loyalty if this isn't working for you and helping you. Number 4, start the search again, with more clarity this time. Now that you've experienced therapy, even if it wasn't the greatest match, you now know more about what you do need. And now you can use that to find a better fit for you. So let's end with this. Therapy is supposed to be a space for you. And I've probably said this, who knows, 1,000,000 times at this point in this podcast. But I want to stress, it is for you. Not to impress someone, not to perform progress, but to feel supported, challenged, and seen. If you're not feeling that, it's okay to pivot. It doesn't mean therapy isn't for you. It means you haven't found the right therapist yet. Don't give up on the process just because one match didn't work out. You are not too complicated, and you are not bad at therapy. You're just a person who deserves the right support. You are a person who just hasn't found it yet. All right, friends, that's today's episode. If something in this resonated with you, maybe it gave you a little aha moment, take that seriously. You deserve therapy that helps you grow, not therapy that keeps you stuck. And if you're thinking about switching therapists, I hope this gave you some language, some clarity, and most of all, permission to make the change. Not that you needed it, but if you needed that little nudge, here you go. As always, if this episode helped you, send it to someone who else might need it too. Therapy is powerful, but only when it's working for you. Until next time, be gentle with yourself and keep doing that brave work, my friend.